So Imran, Andrew Tate has actually been in the news for getting arrested. What's your take on this?
Alhamdulillah, akhi, for me, my take, and I'm going to always refer back to the religion when it comes to, my positions with regards to these things. So before I answer that question, remember the Islamic principle is Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe. And remember, this is talking to the believers, not talking to the kuffar. So I can understand why a kafir wouldn't take this. Believers, Allah said, O you who believe, in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu. If a sinner comes to you with news, with information, fatabayyanu, you have to verify. Now, if a sinner, a Muslim sinner comes to you with news, I have to verify it. So if a kafir comes to me with news, I definitely have to verify it. He's not even a Muslim in the first place. And the greatest sin is what? Shirk. So I have to ask myself, where's all this information come from? Where's all of these accusations and claims about him come from? They've come from the kuffar. If it was a Muslim source that was untrustworthy, I wouldn't take it. Definitely I'm not going to take it when it came from the kuffar. Now, this doesn't mean that I agree with everything that the Prophet does. No, of course not. I mean, things that he did before Islam, obviously, don't have to, I shouldn't even have to explain. Not on the same page. Even after having come to Islam, obviously he's a new Muslim, it's a bumpy road, and we ask khair for him. I still don't agree with everything that he does. But I'm not going to throw a Muslim brother under the bandwagon just because a kafir came out and said X, Y, Z. Do you understand? So it's very sad that we always do this. We always listen to what people say about someone on social media, and we run a scandal. Remember, you're innocent until proven guilty. This, by the way, is not something that the West originated. They actually took this from the Muslims because of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Al-bayyinatu ala al-mudda'i. That the burden of proof is upon the one who makes the claim. You're making a claim about this charge and that charge and trafficking and kadha. The burden of proof is on you. The burden of proof is what? On you. And not only that, we've seen that people got reason to be against him. Like whether you agree with everything that he does or not, and there's a spectrum of things that he says and he does and he talks about, but one thing that he does is that he is getting on to what? The liberals. He is getting on to a lot of things from Western ideology that has a heavy backlash, that has a big clapback. And we've seen people go up against certain institutions like the LGBT movement and the feminist movement, and overnight they get what? Cancelled or done or wrapped and bagged. Now here you have a country, Romania, which is, by the way, one of the most corrupt countries in the world. And that's not me putting down any Romanian people. I know there's quite a few Romanian Muslims and whatnot, mashallah. But as a country, I'm from Pakistan, it's a corrupt country too. Or I shouldn't say the country's corrupt, but it has corruption in it. So Romania as a country has got a lot of corruption in it. So overnight someone gets bagged and whatnot. Sounds fishy to me, if I'm being honest. And not just that. For me, one of the most stupid things, and sometimes I think to myself, like, are we people that have sense and aql, yeah? Is that the claim here is that the guy was in Romania, and apparently the immigration and the police didn't know he's in Romania. Which to me is so shocking, because when you come into a country, you cross a border, whether it be at the border of the country or at the airport, the immigration is going to check your passport and let you in. You really are telling me, are you actually that silly? Are you actually that silly that you're going to buy that story? That they didn't know he's in the country, they were trying to track him down, and the pizza box gave it away. Like, with all due respect, like, don't have mercy on yourself. Don't belittle your own intellect. Like, do you really buy that? So you really think that an immigration of a country wouldn't know that he's in the country? And do you really think that he'll be there willy-nilly uploading videos? I mean, when you upload a video, people can track your IP address, they can track your location. I mean, we've seen the kind of technology police force and secret services have when they want to nab someone, when they want to bag someone, cell site and all of these things. A person can get grabbed like that. And surely, like, a person like Andrew Tate, who understands the world in that way, would very well know that by me being active on social media, active on the internet in a country where apparently I'm not allowed to be, or I'm going to get bagged or tracked, surely I shouldn't be uploading. Like, that story just doesn't add up. Yeah, pizza box gave it away. So I'm saying put all of those things to the side. Forget the fact that the story doesn't add up to the side. It came from kuffar. That what? Our untrustworthy source. So we as Muslims can't throw our principles and our morals out. Like Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. Don't let your hatred for a person lead you to be unjust. And I've been a victim of this myself. Time and time again, someone just throws something onto Twitter and it happens to be scandalous, a statement about me, an accusation, a story, and then it goes viral, and next thing you know, it's become the truth in people's eyes. And no one stopped to think, wait, did we verify this? And it's not just me, we see people being victims to this all the time. And I'll be honest with you, wallahi, my thing is, even if the person that you're talking about, that you're saying these things about, even if it's true, the things that they've done, then guess what? Maybe it is, and they've done that massive sin. But on the day of judgment, with all of the slander and the backbiting, your good deeds are going to be taken away from you and given to them. So it could be that sin that they did, whatever it might be, if it was actually a sin that they did, as a result of it, they go to paradise because of all the good deeds that they receive from you, because you slandered and you backbited so much. So why? Do you have that many good deeds that you can give them away? So me personally, that's my take on it. He's a Muslim brother, okay? His honor is what haram. We can't eat his flesh. We can't slander and talk about him. So my stance is that innocent until proven guilty, man.
People may be watching, they're saying, why are you actually speaking about Andrew Tate? Like, are you just trying to hop on a bandwagon because everyone's speaking about him? There was a time when he converted to Islam, everyone was making podcasts with him. So why are you speaking about him now?
Actually, on the contrary, Akhi, like, you see, at the beginning, people were like accusing us, myself and Abu Bakr, with the Brothers Club project, right? Saying that, you lot are just trying to copy Andrew Tate, you lot being like Andrew Tate. Obviously, Andrew Tate kind of exploded talking about these men's issues in the summer, right? In 2021, we're in 2023 right now. In 2021, me and Abu Bakr, we put together the Brothers Club project, which used to be called Badr Club, now it's called the Brothers Club. So we put that project together back in 2021, the end of 2021. We launched it in 2022, alhamdulillah. We put it together in 2021. So this was before Andrew Tate was even a thing like that. And I intentionally did not comment or talk or address when he became a Muslim for a couple of reasons. Number one, I knew straight away that the people that yesterday were saying, Andrew Tate, X, Y, Z. Does that make sense? Now that he's a Muslim, because we've got some leeches in our community, right? We've got some people that love to ride off other people's waves and love clout, that they were going to straight away try to reach out to him, get him on podcast, start making videos about it. That stuff makes me cringe. Like, it really makes me cringe. Like, alhamdulillah, the brother became Muslim. Be happy for him. Make dua for him. Be happy from a distance. But why now you have to talk and jump on his bandwagon? So I wanted to make a statement for myself, okay? And the statement was a statement, like a silent statement, right? Which is that I'm not here to just jump on someone's bandwagon. I'm not here to just run off someone's clout. You became Muslim, I'm happy for you, from a distance. It's like Muhammad Amir al-San'ani, he said, when he wrote a poem about Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, praising him. He says, Salamun ala najdin, wa min halla fi najd, wa in kana taslimi fi al-bu'di la yujdi. He said, I send salam upon Najd, and the one who's in Najd, i.e. Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, even if my salam is from far, and it never reaches you. He was in Yemen. So he said, I'm not going to come meet you. I'm not going to go out my way. But I love you from afar. Salamu alaikum. So that was my attitude. And I wanted people to see that what? We're not here just vibing and jumping on people's bandwagons. And everyone else is trying to reach out to him and do a podcast with him, make a video with him, and do this and catch a reel, catch a picture, catch a selfie with him. I'm not really about that. Does that make sense? And I could have, there's a handful of people that I know that were with him. They're with him in Dubai. He's in Dubai, right? Linked up with him, spoke to him, gave da'wah to him. I could have got connected. It was not hard. Does that make sense? But for me, that's not my vibe. Why am I making the video now? You know why I'm making the video now? Because right now, I know that those same people that jumped on the bandwagon when he accepted Islam, right now, are not going to come and defend our Muslim brother. That's why I made the video now. Because I know those same people that were like, he became Muslim. Akhi, don't really act like you care that someone became Muslim. You just wanted to ride off the clout. You just wanted to taste some of that clout. You wanted some of that social media exposure that will come with that conversation that was taking place online. Andrew Tate became Muslim. So now I know those people are not going to talk. Does that make sense? I know they're not going to come out and be like, Muslim brother, this, that, and the other, kada. Some might if they, alhamdulillah, but I don't expect them to. And that's why I'm making the video now. Because I'm hoping I can do it sincerely for Allah's sake. Not because of a clout chasing thing. Not because this is a Badr Club or Brothers Club promotion. No. Genuinely because a Muslim brother, who's a Muslim brother right now, as far as I'm concerned, is being oppressed. Because you've made claims and put them out to the public about rape and all of this, that, and the other, but there's no proof. There's no proof. So you to put that out to the public without proof is an oppression. It is an oppression because you've not even put him to trial yet. You've not done none of that, and you've already let it run, and people are running with it. So for me, that's why I'm making the video right now. Does that make sense?
So you obviously mentioned about Andrew Tate and his similarity to the Brothers Club. People may think that just copying his, Husser's University.
Look, al-haqqu dalatul mu'min. The truth is the lost property of what? Of the believer. So if someone speaks the truth, I have to take it. Now, it doesn't mean that one person is always speaking truth and everything that he says is true. No, I might find a person who's speaking majority lies, majority false information. But if one thing he says is true, I'm going to take that one truth and disregard the rest. Shaitan, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about him, sadaqa wa huwa kadhub. He said he spoke the truth, but he's a compulsive liar. When Shaitan came to Abu Hurairah and told him about Ayatul Qudsi, if you read it, that shaitan will not be able to come to you all night. The Prophet said he told the truth, but he is a compulsive liar, which means that I'm going to take whatever truth I can. Now, when you look at all of the various different sects that exist within Islam, yeah, they are by and large misguided and going to hell except for one. But that doesn't mean that every single thing that each of those sects speaks is false. No. There might be some truth. There might be a lot of truth. You've got to be just and you've got to be able to take the truth. So, this is not me saying that we agree with everything Andrew Tate said. I think it's clear that there are things that clearly go against the deen, and that's not something we're a part of. But what the Brothers Club was put together for was for an objective to be able to empower and facilitate support and greatness for young men who in this day and age have been put on the back burner. Do you understand? So for our brothers, we find that they're not excelling the way that they should be. So how do we create a system, an institution that allows them to be the best possible men that they can be? So we identified the following areas: spirituality, which is religion, your finances, your mental health, your physical health, and your relationships. These are areas where if you can you can be great at them, you're going to grow. And you're going to be able to, as a man, fulfill your rights as a slave of Allah, as a husband or a father to your family members, as a man who's bringing income into the house and into the community, physically strong, so you can worship Allah Azza wa Jalla and defend the deen, and you're mentally strong, so you can handle all the stresses of life, and you live a good quality of life. Does that make sense? So that's what the Brothers Club was about. So obviously, there are some of those things that Andrew Tate pushes. Maybe the way in which he does it is incorrect. But, for example, the concept of empowering young men, or kada. But my thing is, we were never looking at him. It just so happened to be that the messages, in certain ways, cross paths. Okay, there might have been paths where it crossed and then it went different ways, but there were some points where the message, it kind of crossed and intertwined. Does that make sense? So for example, the concept of financial liberation, that's a big thing. In this day and age, I mean, a lot of people ask you, Amran, what do you do for a living? Because for the last decade, all you ever saw from me was what? Da'wah, right? So what do? Do you have a 9 to 5? Do you have a job? Are you an Uber driver? Are you a train driver? What do you do? Are you a coder? Do you work in an office as a corporate? The fact of the matter is no. How could I have a 9 to 5 and at the same time do da'wah at the level that I was with the permission of Allah Azza wa Jalla, His permission alone? I couldn't. There's no two ways. You don't have enough time in a day. We was doing 6-7 events a week, 5 to 7 events a week consistently for months and months and months and months on end, traveling to different countries. Kada. Does that make sense? So how did I make a living? I understood. I need financial liberation. I understood the method that I now have to make sure I got my money right. If my money's right, then what? I can have the freedom to worship Allah Azza wa Jal. I can have the freedom to do my da'wah. I can have the freedom to seek knowledge. I plan within my year, this month, I'm gone to seek knowledge, spend time with the mashayikh. I'm gone. How can I do that? Because I know the bills are going to be paid with the permission of Allah Azza wa Jal. I know that I've accumulated enough to be able to facilitate for my family in my absence, so I don't have to worry about putting food in the plate because I stack up the fridge before I'm gone. And the reason I'm able to do that, alhamdulillah, is because of the financial freedom through setting up my own businesses. So I said, okay, if that's something that I know, that I have for myself, and because of it, I'm able to live the lifestyle that I'm able to live, then let me share that with people. So that's kind of like a type of message that he pushes, which is the concept of financial freedom. He does it for whatever reason, whatever his objectives are. I don't even know Too Tough because I don't really actually even watch him like that. But I know my objective is financial freedom, so that what? If you got that financial freedom, you can choose when you go to pray in the masjid. You can choose to say, I've got all of Ramadan off so I can worship Allah Azza wa Jalla. You can choose which time I'm going to go to what workout, go to the gym and spend time in the office and seek knowledge. You can choose all of that because money is one of the biggest obstacles that gets in the way. Now, of course, there's foundational issues to that. There's barakah, tawheed, Allah is ar-razaq, all of that. But we know we have to take the means. This way we show people how to take the means. So these are some overlaps.
So you obviously also mentioned like the core focus of the Brothers Club. What's next?
As in the next project?
Yeah, the next project. What's next?
So currently we've just launched a project called Talk Money. Project called Talk Money. So the previous money-related project that we had, business-related project that we had was Operation Six Figures. And there we showed brothers how to set up their own six-figure company. Well, not set up, but more about how to give birth to a six-figure idea and to develop it. Some marketing strategies that were connected to it, right? So basic principles of how to produce a six-figure idea and how to scale that idea across the market so that you can actually get that kind of an income. The project Talk Money is about how to close the deal and make the sale, okay? So Operation Six Figures is the idea. Talk Money is actually how to get the money in. Because you can have a great product, but if you don't know how to sell it, you can have a great brand, but if you don't know how to sell it, you don't know how to close that deal, whether it be an online campaign, whether it be a negotiation across the table, whether it be a sales call or a webinar, a live pitch, whatever it might be. If you don't know how to get the person at the end to part with their money, then at the end of the day, it was useless. So talk money is all about how to talk your way to money, how to talk your way through communication, through influence, through persuasion, to actually get the person to part with their money in exchange for what it is that you have to offer. So of course we teach you principles of influence and persuasion when it comes to making sales. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, if people don't mind saying Allahumma barik, I'll be very grateful. To give examples, that we in the past, myself personally, have, earned large amount of money in very short spaces of time. We're talking £5,000 in 15 minutes. We're talking £8,000 in 10 to 15 minutes. We're talking £20,000 in an hour. We're talking increasing our sales and our revenue by 20-30% in one day. So several examples like that. Does that make sense? We're talking having run campaigns in a month where we're making 50k a month. Several times, 75k a month in some months. Several times we've been able to repeat this process. And the reason we're able to do that is because the science of making a sale is very, 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 very straightforward. It comes down to basic principles of human principles, and basic principles of human influence and persuasion. So in this program, we're going to be sharing that, teaching that with you guys, inshallah ta'ala. So if you have a business, whether you're a product or a service, how to incorporate these principles of influence and persuasion so that you can talk your way to money. Now, you literally don't have to be talking here, but communicating through your marketing strategy, through your emails that you're writing, through your, whatever it might be. So that's what the Talk Money project's about. Anyone is interested and want to find out more information about it, inshallah ta'ala, then you can click on the link below. It will take you to a Telegram group. And in the Telegram group, inshallah ta'ala, you can join it and look at the information there, and hopefully you can register if you find that it's something that's going to be beneficial for you. Actually, wait, if you find it's going to be something that's going to be beneficial, let me take that back. You can sign up. It's going to be beneficial for you. It's not if. Inshallah, it's going to be beneficial for you. It's going to be beneficial for you. If you want to learn how we made £20,000 in 1 hour, then click the link below and join our new course called Talk Money right now.